Well, the waves of emotions continue during this pandemic as we enter our 6th week of practicing social distancing here in BC. With some tips on how to start the week with a healthy mind, Dr. Shimi Kang joins us. Good morning.
Good morning.
So we're going to start off with Nova Scotia. Obviously, it's a sad time in Canada right now. Not only are we dealing with a pandemic, the grieving process is difficult when we lose a loved one. But now, this horrible tragedy in Nova Scotia, it's a lot to take in. People are feeling fear, anxiety. What would you say to people who are having trouble coping with this news?
I think today really is about processing the news. There are really specific parts of this case that are really, really sad. Picturesque towns in Nova Scotia in the middle of a pandemic, the largest mass shooting in Canada. So today I say allow yourself to feel the emotion. We say something called name it to tame it. So try to name what you're feeling. If it's confusion, if it's sadness, if it's anger, if it's grief, it's all okay. Just recognize it and give yourself that time. We really are just processing this terrible, tragic news.
And for a lot of people, too, it probably hasn't even hit them yet. Let's get into the physical contact. I'm sure most people have heard the saying, a hug a day keeps the doctor away. And a lot of Canadians have gone weeks now without any physical contact, especially those who live alone. Do you foresee any consequences with the lack of, human connection?
It really depends on how we manage it. So, human connection is vitally important for us, but thankfully we're hardwired to be very resilient and adaptable. So we have backup mechanisms for human connection in the sense of when we think of other things that give us those same happy neurochemicals, endorphin and oxytocin that we get from hugging, we can get those from music, we can get them from comedy, we can get them from laughter, we can get them from dance and seeing each other. So still staying connected, even looking at old photo albums, not with a sense of sadness, but with a sense of gratitude for the time that you had and a feeling of hope. So all of those things can help. And I would suggest, it sounds very lighthearted, but it's very powerful, is a sense of play where you take part and start doing some creative projects. Those are very powerful for our brain and body and very helpful during this time.
What other ways can we be creative, Shimi, to help stimulate those same effects of social interaction?
So creativity is really different for everyone. I say the human brain is like a fingerprint. We're extremely unique. So whatever brings you a sense of wonder, creativity, passion, for some people it's cooking, others it's organizing their bookshelves, which I did this weekend. Others, it might be drawing or music. So it really is your own individual passion. I think when people pause and take a moment to reflect, they'll know what it is. Think back to your childhood, those things that really lit you up. It seems like it's too serious of a time to do that now, but that's exactly what we need to get started to help us through the next few weeks as well.
All right. Great advice as always, Shimi. Thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank you.
It is 9.